Hello friends, welcome back to the tutorial series wherein we are creating the mobile app using Ionic and Angular. This is the part 6 of the series. So in this part we will add the Android support as well as create the first service, that is the product service. Okay, so I am presenting my screen in a full screen mode or a presentation mode so that everybody can see the text clearly, and I have switched to a darker theme because the lighter theme was hurting my eyes. So hopefully it should be visible to everybody now, and if you have any complaints, please write that down in the comment section below. Okay, so in order to add that Android support, you need to first open the terminal. Okay, I'm going to open a new terminal here and I'm navigated into my project directory. Okay, so to add the support, the command that we need to type is Ionic capacitor add, then the name of the platform. In case if you are using iOS, you can type iOS, but since I'm on Windows, I cannot compile to an iOS device, so I will use Android. Okay, so if you hit enter, okay, so we got an error, and this is the error which I was expecting, because it says capacitor could not find the web assets directory, that's the www directory. So for the first time when you run this command without building the project, it will give you this error. So what we need to do, you can either use ng build or you can also use Ionic build, whichever you want. Okay, so give it some time to build the project and it will give you that www directory. I'll show you that as well. It's compiling now. Okay, it's compiling. Give it some few more seconds to finish. It should be done in the next couple of minutes. Once this is done, you should see a folder here. It's already there now, so this folder was missing. Okay, so let the build finish and let me hide it. So once this completes, then we'll run the add command again. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video for some time. I will be back when the compilation is done. Okay, alright friends, it took few more seconds and it completed the building process. So now I'll run the command again, Ionic capacitor add Android, and this time it should complete successfully. So it's installing the dependencies, as you can see here. Okay, again this will take few minutes depending on your system and your internet connection, so you need to wait till it completes. Okay, alright, so you see it's copying the web assets from this directory to the Android directory. Right, so it's copied, everything has been copied. If you want, you can also copy it manually, like with this command Ionic capacitor copy. This will build app and copy the contents. So I'm going to pause it again for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, or if you want to have a look what's happening real time, then let it be, let it run at this time. Okay, okay, so this time it was faster, and you see it is copying the contents as well automatically. Perfect. So now I can simply type ionic run capacitor run Android. It will copy the code. It will build the code again, copy the contents, and also open my Android Studio. Okay, so that I can view the application in my emulator. But that we will do that later on. So our Android support has been added. The next thing I need is a service. Okay, so in order to create a service, let me rename this to CLR, and this is my server running. Okay, you can either use your ng commands like ng generate components, or you can use ionic CLI. So if you use ionic generate and hit enter, it will ask you what you want to generate. You can generate a component, page, service, all those things that you normally get with your Angular CLI. This time I'm going to generate a service. So I want to put all the services in a services folder, and the path will be name will be product. So it has been generated with a spec file. I'll open the directory here, go to app services, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna delete the spec file, I don't need it. Double click the service file. I'm gonna minimize the terminal as well. So this is my service file, empty service file. Okay, and by default it is provided in root, so that you don't have to define it multiple times. So this will call my backend. Okay, so for that I need to inject the HTTP client here, and this client module should be imported in the app module, or in the respective module rather. So I'm using that. Will be using the service in the tab module. So before I can do that, I need to import that HTTP client module, because if you see here, I don't have that module imported. Okay, I only have ionic module and the app routing module. So I have to go here and add HTTP client module, import it, put a comma, should be good. And I remember I will also need the forms module. I will be creating some forms, so I'll add it here. This is my app module. Okay, so I can see the name here. I'm working on the app module.ts file. So I'm going to close this, go back to the product service. Okay, so another product service now, and then I'll create few functions. So get all products, like this. Okay, and I'll accept an argument with name page number of type number. The default value should be 1. Okay, if you don't give me any number, any page number, I'll use 1 as the default. So what I'll do, I'll return this.http client is the get method here, and I need an URL here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll first define a const here. Okay, and before that, let me go to my environment file. Okay, so and I'll define certain variables here so that I can use it later on. So I'm gonna define some const here, URL 1 by https shop-lu cloudns.cl/ WP JSON. This is the format for the REST API version 3. I'll also use auth URL 1, and the reason I'm using 1 is because in order to test it on an emulator, I will have to change this URL to a real server, domain server. I'll simply domain server, I mean domain hosting. Okay, so I have one domain name already purchased, and with the hostings I'll use that for the testing purposes. JWT auth p1/token. This is the endpoint for the authentication. Okay, similarly we have another URL, that's your token verify URL 1, so v1 token / validate. So this comes with the JWT package that we imported in WordPress, if you remember. Okay, so I'll define few constants here. So backend API URL should be URL 1, and I'll also define some keys, the API keys. Okay, I have that copied in my notepad. I'll use it from there. Yours will vary, okay, from mine, so do not copy the code I'm writing here. Make sure you copy the code from your end, I mean the keys, okay, because the keys will be different. And writable keys, so this way you are not exposing anything to the in the code. So it's good practice to keep everything stored here. I'm gonna copy the whole thing here. I'm gonna go there, paste it there. Okay, go back, copy everything from here, paste it here, like that. Okay, so these are all sorted now. I can close everything, and for the URL, so simply type environment. I'll use the non-prod one, dot backend API URL. Okay, private. So here, instead of single text, I'll use backtext, so that I can put the variable here, URL, followed by a /, then the endpoint, it's products. I'll use certain arguments. Okay, I'll show you how you can find the list of arguments that it takes, and I want to keep the per page, or the number of items per page, to 10. Okay, save the changes, and if I go back to the browser, so under product properties, if you open the REST API documentation for WooCommerce and go to list all products, so these are the available parameters that you can put in the URL. Okay, so per page is the one I'm using, and the page number default is 1 and the default connection is 10, like that. So this is almost done, but right now we don't know what kind of response we are getting, because we don't know the type of object. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder here under app. I'll name it models. I'll create another one, maybe for guts. I know I will need it later. So in the model, I'll go ahead and create an interface here with the help of Angular schematics. In case you don't have Angular schematics, you can use Angular CLI to generate the interface. I'll name it as product model. Okay, So this is a commandlet ng generate interface with the name. Okay, so there I have the module here, and what I would like to put here is few attributes that are present here, the properties. Okay, and I'll use the same name here so that I don't have to map it manually. It will be mapped automatically. Okay, so the first one I need is IT, right? IT, as you can see here in the documentation, it's an integer. So I'll put number, then a name of type string, categories of type any array. As if now we don't have any category model, so I'll use any array here. Well, it will be an array of categories. So one product can be a part of multiple categories in WordPress. Okay, IDs there. Images, again it's any array, can have multiple images. Price is of type string. So if you go back to documentation, see price, it's type string. Then we have on sale, whether it's on sale or not, as the boolean. Featured, product, boolean, sale price, so string as well, regular price. So it's up to you how many parameters you want to keep here. So I'm keeping only the basic ones which I would need in my app. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to keep this or not. Your product model may be different. Okay, the last one that you see here in cart, this is a custom attribute that is not present in the model anywhere here. So I added it to keep a track of the number of items you have of one type in the cart. So for example, if you choose a hoodie, how many hoodies you have of that particular ID number. Okay, and this is an optional attribute marked with this question mark, so it's not mandatory to fill this attribute. Okay, so now we go back to our product service, and we're going to tell that, hey, we are expecting a product module here. Like that, you can define the type of the GET request. Also, I'm gonna observable annotate the different type here. So this will be a product model array here, because I will have either an array of objects or an array of products or an empty array. Okay, so with that, let's create other methods quickly. It will be get single product. I need the ID of the product that you want to fetch. It will be an observable of product model. Okay, and return this dot http client. I missed something, did I? Okay. Client dot get type is, so the type here is product model, or not an array, just the model, and this dot URL slash product slash your ID. Okay, and how I know that? So it's the API. So retrieve a product, you need the ID of the product's endpoint. Okay, that's how I know it. Okay, so this is done. I'll also need a function to, search products. I've used the search bar. I will look for a keyword here. Okay, I'll return this dot http client dot get. Again, it will be a product array. It can be one or more. and URL slash products. Now this time I'm going to use the search parameter here. Okay, so let's try products search. So limits the results to those matching a string. Search with the value of my keyword. That's it. The return type should be observable of product model array. The last one will be get all categories. Okay, so I will need this in the filter section. This .http client get this .url slash products slash categories per page. I'm gonna keep 100 so that I can get all of them. I don't have many, so it doesn't matter. So by default it will return till 10. So I have more than 10 for sure. True and parent equals to 0, because I don't want to load it second time. So I want every category to be displayed which are not empty and which is not a child category. Okay, it's parent one only. And I'm gonna resolve this to a promise. Okay, I don't want to done this as an observable, but as a promise. Okay, so with this our product service is done, and we have also created a product model here. Okay, so we are pretty much done with this service. In the next video we will work on the tab 1, that's our shopping page, the home page. We will see how we can inject this service, display the products as a list items, and add some sliders there on the home page, all those things. Okay, so we'll be technically working on the home page. So I hope you like this video, and please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.